What are the best wristwatches of all time? That is a question that I decided to ask ChatGPT, the exciting new AI that can give you all kinds of detailed answers on any kind of topic. And, wristwatches are such a subjective thing that, hey, it might be fun to see what happens if you ask AI a question like this. So we're going to start off with a little bit of background information that it gave me, followed by its list of the greatest wristwatches of all time. So, wristwatches have been around for decades, with the first known example dating back to the 16th century. However, it wasn't until the early 20th century that wristwatches became widely accepted and popular, particularly for military use. Today, wristwatches are a staple of fashion and worn by people all over the world for both practical and decorative purposes. There are many different types of wristwatches, including dress watches, sports watches, and dive watches. Some of the most iconic and well-regarded wristwatches of all time include, first up, the Rolex Submariner. The Rolex Submariner is a classic dive watch that has been in production since the 1950s and is widely regarded as one of the most iconic and enduring wristwatches of all time. The Submariner is known for its rugged construction, reliable movement, and classic design. Next up is the Patek Philippe Calatrava. This Patek is a dress watch that is known for its elegant and timeless design. The Calatrava has been in production since the 1930s and is considered one of the finest examples of traditional Swiss watchmaking. Coming up next is the Omega Speedmaster. The Speedmaster is a chronograph watch that is known for its association with the space program. The Speedmaster was worn by astronauts on the Apollo 11 mission and has since become one of the most collectible and sought-after wristwatches of all time. Finally, we have the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. The Audemars Piguet Royal Oak is a luxury sports watch that is known for its distinctive octagonal bezel and tapisserie dial. The Royal Oak has been in production since 1972 and is widely regarded as one of the most influential and iconic sports watches of all time. Okay, so what do you think of the ChatGPT summary down to just 4 watches for the greatest wristwatches of all time? If you had to pick only 4 best ever wristwatches, would you agree with this list? What would you put in? What would you take out? I'd love to know your opinion down below. So I hope you enjoyed this slightly different video. I'll see you on the next one.